Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. Let's discuss about the product. Our product is Probabilistic Sequence Translation Alignment Model for Time Series Classification. We tackle the time series classification problem using a novel probabilistic model that represents the conditional densities of the observed sequence being time warped and transformed from an underlying base sequence. We call it Probabilistic Sequence Translation Alignment Model, that is PSTAM, since it aims to capture both future alignment and mapping between sequences, analogs to translating one level language into another into field of mechanism translation. To deal with the general time series, we impose the time monotonicity constraints on the hidden alignment variables in the model parameter space, whereby marginalized them out allows efficient learning of class-specific time warping and future transformation simultaneously. Our PSTAM thus naturally enjoys the advantage from two typical approaches widely used in sequence classification. The first one is benefits from the alignment-based methods that aims to estimate distance measured between non-equal length sequence via direct comparison of aligned futures, and the second one is merit of the model-based approaches. That means that can be efficiently capture the class-specific problems and patterns or trends. Furthermore, the low-dimensional modeling of the latent base sequence naturally provides a way to discover the intrinsic manifold structure possibly retained in the observed data, leading to an unsupervised manifold learning for sequence data. The benefits of the proposed approaches are demonstrated on a comprehensive set of evaluations with both synthetic and real-world sequence datasets. Let's see the flow diagram of our system. So, in this system we are using MATLAB based programming language, and we are using MATLAB 13 way as a version. So the block diagram represents what are the process includes in our system. So during the design, first initially we are giving the video, that is a traffic video, as an input, and then from the given video we are extracting into frames. Every video which can have number of frames. Hence the frames are extracted from the videos, and the extracted frames are processed to identify the sequence. So finally from the sequence, that means the sequence which is called it's places between two frames. Between every two frames we can identify the sequence, and the identified sequence is classified using classifier. Here we are using expectation maximization based classification method. So during this expectation maximization classification, the number of vehicle which is in sequence are identified depends on the traffic level is identified. Let's see the demonstration of our product. So, as we already discussed, our product is based on MATLAB command. So, in this process we have used MATLAB programming to execute the overall design. Here, this is the MATLAB main window. In this main window there are a lot of subdivisions called, for example, this is the current folder and directory. While you are selecting, the details will be displayed here, that is a details directory. Here workspace, the temporary values of some mat files will be visible here, that main command window. So here from the directory which is there, you can see there are two files which is in the similar name, where because that represents the .tm file is some programming file, MATLAB programming file, another one is a .figure file which is based on guide design. So for initially we have to select a main.1, that M file. While you are selecting M file and pressing F9, or if you are pressing run, means the main one.figure will call the main one. That means if you have to main one.figure means you have to click main one.m. While you are running that will recall that main one.figure. This is the main panel we have selected. So in this, initially, as we already discussed, as a dataset we have used videos. To select the video we have to click the buttons. This is called a radio button, and following by we have placed some push buttons. So while for every push button or a radio button we have processed function commands which is have to act. So depend on that function commands that acts in backend. So for example, here I am pressing insert video. So that is a movie player that's opening, because in MATLAB inbuilt it's having movie player. The movie player used for playing any videos or anything. For example, here this is the video we have selected for the process. So as we already planned, our goal is to clarify the number of vehicles, and depend on that vehicles we have to discuss about the traffic strength. So next, frame conversion. So I have taken the video as an input. So for processing we need the frames, because we have to process each frame by frame. For that I am converting video into frame by frame, and then pre-processing. In pre-processing, every frames which is processed by filtering. The filtering removes the noises in the video. That means from the video, for overall video, every frames are processed to filter. So after completing filtering, another frame will open. Here is the process we are processing based on time series classification. So capturing frame. So from the extracted frame, and after we pre-process. So from the pre-processed folder we have to select any frame. That's selecting randomly. So depend on the frames we have to process whether it is traffic produced or high traffic, like that we have to classify. So this is the frame I have taken for the process randomly. So and I am capturing its sequence. You can see the sequence is identified here. So because that sequence is compared with previous or next frames, that means between two frames. The dynamic time hopping result, that will be here. While you are applying to whole process, the process will be like here. And another frame, for example I am choosing another frame. So similarly we can choose any frames, and we can identify what is number of cars, and depend on number of cars what is the traffic status. For example, if there is number of cars are 0, that means there is no vehicles in the video, means it will show us no, there is no traffic in the video, like that. So finally I am doing classification. This is the EM classification, as we already discussed. By using expectation maximum classification we are classifying. This is the result, and as I told, if there is number of cars are 0 in the selected frame, means the result will be shown as no traffic. Thank you.